You know, you would use it a lot. As a guy just trying to take a few pictures of the moon or whatever, you would use it. You could use
Right.
it a lot. I mean, if you really like taking pictures of the moon, but I know
Right.
there was
I
a guy,
also want to
Tone
see the.
Overdrive, that bought one and sold it, like, you know, a year later or whatever. Took his
I
pictures
want.
and then sold it.
I want to see the
Right.
lunar wave. I want to see the lunar wave with it too.
I don't know about the lunar wave.
Really? There's like 5 different people from all over the world who's captured it.
With their eyeballs?
I hate that thing, the lunar wave
With
thing.
eyeballs or with the camera?
With a camera.
It
Then
just looks
I'm
like
not going for it.
it's such a camera looking. It looks like an anomaly within the camera. It just.
We can see the moon with our eyes. Stare at the moon. Stare at it all you want. Stare at it, and if you see a ripple go across the moon with your eyeballs, then I'll go. Then I'll go with it.
Yeah, but it's so faint.
I don't care.
Same with me.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be more. Maybe it'll be more pronounced. That's why I'm saying I want to see it, because like if someone can capture it with this new one, with the new zoom, and it's more prominent, then you know.
It seems to be easy to be caught with cameras at any time. So what I'm saying is can you look with your naked eye, get close as you can to whatever, when the moon is the biggest point, at whatever point, wherever you live, if it's there, the closest at that time. Say, if I'm in Illinois right now, and I know the moon's going to be coming close, or it's close, that's when I go and stare the fuck at it for about an hour or so. And just like stare at it. Just keep staring and staring and staring. You see any twitch, any weird thing, anything like move, then I would have an inkling.
Have you ever seen it pulsate with your naked eye? Have you ever seen it pulsate where it gets brighter and dimmer?
Not me.
But
to see a reanimated line cursing across the front of it to go
that's
up,
a big deal. Yeah, but I'm asking that separately. Have you ever seen it like whoom, 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 whoom?
I'm not sure I saw it pulsate like in real time, like looking at it like pulse, pulse, pulse. No. I think it just sits the fuck where it's at, and you see how you see it when you see it.
It actually moves. I have photographed it or videotaped it moving across the screen in real time.
I'm not talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about the face of it is what it is. It's not spinning.
Oh,
it's moving, it's traversing across the sky, but it's sitting still. Right.
Karen B has a pretty convincing video of it spinning, though. Have you seen that one?
You mean rotating, like
rotating,
like clock
in a clockwise, clock face.
Well,
style,
how fast? How fast?
It's
fast
like
enough you notice it while you're looking at it, or does it take
I think it took like 5 hours. Her video is like 5 hours or something. So yeah.
Okay.
It does that every.
But you're gonna have to
move
the camera during a 5-hour thing. So wouldn't that make it look like it's spinning? I'm not sure.
Not sure.
Still up in
but
the
I
air
know the face of it's never changed, so I don't think it's spinning any. I mean, if the face is always the same to you,
no,
like,
the face of it doesn't change. No, the face doesn't change, but it turns clockwise over every night.
The face
allegedly
rotates like a coin across the sky.
Right.
Yeah, allegedly.
Well, no,
but it's going from the left to the right anyway, so.
You know what I mean? It's not spinning. That's just like you said, the movement of the camera to look out from north or south or whatever to turn to that direction.
East to west. It goes
like
overhead.
Exactly. Thank you. So you know what I mean. So yeah, when they look from one side, they're gonna see it. They follow it over this way. When they get to that point, it's gonna be that way. Then, right? Because that's how you see it over there.
I did a little demonstration where I drew it on a piece of paper. And I just I moved it across 180 degrees and pointed a camera at it the whole time. But when you get to the other side, the camera's upside down. So what's happening is you're turning the camera
That's a good point.
all during the day.
Right.
So
right.
What you're saying though is that there is a certain angle of the moon, like let's call it the bottom of the moon, okay? Let's, for lack of better terminology.
When it gets at a certain distance from you.
The bottom of the moon always faces north.
Really?
Basically, yes. That's exactly. If we see, yeah.
Well,
like
if you're
that.
in the north, if you're viewing it from the north, yeah.
But I'm saying I've seen the bottom of
He's saying
the
if you're on
moon
the other side.
in the east becomes the top of the moon in the west, right? So then it's
Right.
not facing
Exactly.
north at all times.
And if the North
So
Pole
it
is in the middle.
basically rotating.
No, it's just that's the path it's taking. It's taking that path. The
Also,
face
just
of the
Jack, something about your mic is real low.
Yeah, you're losing packets or something.
Yeah. When I'm mobile, that tends to be the case.
Oh, do you not have headphones in your mobile?
It's like going like the quarter,
no.
Jack, right? It's moving along its path and
Right.
going.
Yeah.
And when it gets around to where it's at, it's not actually spinning. It's just that's the arc of what it's making when it comes around.
No, yeah, I agree with you.
Right. When it gets to that point, that's their vision and that's our vision. Because like you said, the top part of it's facing the same way from here. It's facing there. From there, it'd be facing towards us. From us, it's facing towards them in a way, right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter to me because it's not a physical object anyways, as far as I'm concerned. So.
I agree with you there. And you sound better right now for some reason.
I put my cheap-ass headphones in, but you guys have told me when I use these headphones that you tend to get an echo.
No, we're good. You're perfect.
Good.
I don't know. I think it might be something. I don't know. I haven't really. I don't know. I'm not sure about it not being anything at all.
Me too.
Well, as far as it being something physical, that would mean that it is levitating at a certain altitude, and it's just constantly doing its pattern, over 28.47 whatever days. I really think it's just a light in the sky.
Most of us think it's
We've
not
seen
physical.
way too many anomalies that would not work with a physical object.
That's our consensus,
I
but we don't
agree.
have any proof. It's just a feeling, more or less, like you're saying. It seems
Yeah,
like
we
it's
can't really
probably-
send a rocket to the moon like the first movie ever
Probably
created,
not physical.
you know?
Even though it looks
Something's been
totally
there.
real. I mean, the pictures, it looks like a rock up there. I totally agree with that. But you can make a painting that looks just like a rock too. That's not that hard.
So on that
Exactly.
fact, though, since we all know
It's
this
been counted
is a
by
flat Earth,
something.
the
It's been
sky
touched
is
through here.
simulated. The sky is simulated for us to believe in space. I mean, that's a reasonable
So here's the
conclusion for
thing.
people to come
If
to,
If
right?
it's a hologram or an image
Yeah, it's
or a reflection, hold on, wherever it's reflecting from, we have to be able to find that position or see that and then see the same design in that as we see in the moon. Where in the hell can we see that at?
I don't see it as a reflection.
What's the
I
face of the
see it
sun
as a,
actually look like?
I see the sky as something that was put there for us to look at and nothing more.
Yeah,
No,
but
it
No
keeps
physical
guys
time.
agree-
objects, no.
The Swiss watch,
Would you-
dude.
Would
For
you guys
some reason-
concur?
Yeah, it's a giant watch. Absolutely.
Well,
Would you guys
it's
concur
time.
that
It's a timer.
simulating space though? Like it's made to trick us, like it's to make us think that space would exist and that we would be a
Space
floating
might
ball.
be
I
a ground based.
don't agree with that. I don't agree with that for the simple fact of these planets and solar systems and all that crap until it was made up by men who wanted to control and men whose idea
Right, it's a
of
misconstrued.
it's too horrible thing to believe that we're in the middle of a universe made for us. But because all the civilizations before they came up with the frickin' ball all knew that the lights in the sky were just lights, and they would attribute them to celestial beings at the most.
Yeah, but
None of them ever assumed that there was a rock in the sky.
What about
Yeah,
direction?
but what I'm saying, my point is that, like, I mean, Jupiter, if it's just a light in the sky, I mean, Jupiter has its own lights that look like it's rotating around it. You can observe this. I mean, like, maybe it's aliens who created this place or whatever we call it. Maybe it's not God himself or it's a VR, but, like,
Hold
if
on,
the
Sean.
simulation is there to, you know what I mean? Like, why have these lights around Jupiter, rotating around Jupiter?
But see,
And otherwise to
but
trip
see,
Are
us.
they
you're
really
attributing it.
rotating?
You're attributing it to say that these lights are rotating around Jupiter,
Are they
where
really?
they just have their own pattern, and Jupiter
Right.
has its own pattern.
Right.
They are
Is there
related,
something really
though.
rotating? If you looked at a mirror image, Sean, and you're looking at a flat mirror image, is something rotating around that object? Like when you look at a movie screen, is there something really rotating around the thing like a computer screen? It can set
Right.
a graphic to show you something going past.
Oh, I
So if
get
I
that
take a
it's a
little dot,
display.
right,
But
I can take a dot that's
I
white
get that.
and put it in front of something that's white and just move it back and forth, and you would think in your mind it's rotating around.
True. Yeah, no, I
Right,
understand
and
it's
no
a
one-
display, but I'm saying that's what it's simulating. I mean, that's why people have come to this conclusion in general, in a sense.
So it's
like, it's a
moving.
weird.
That's the light that we know of. If it's actually traversing that object and going around the back and coming around the front, we don't know. We can't perceive the back side of that.
No, we can't. But that's what
Right.
it looks. Right.
But
you
but
get what
here's
I'm
the
trying
thing:
to say, right?
if
Like,
you were,
like God's trying
I
to
you
say.
were-
100% understand what you're saying. Yes.
hey,
Yeah.
if you were never told there was such a thing as an orbit, you would never assume it.
True.
Exactly.
And I don't know if you heard me, but I'm breaking up. So
Well, I mean, you can
Loud
come
and
to
clear.
that conclusion because, I mean,
Yes.
if you have someone standing in a field and then have someone running circles around them, it's going to look the fucking same from a distance, you know?
You can see them. You
Again-
can see them closely.
again,
You can see
no,
the front
it-
of you, the back of you. You can't see the front and the back of that planet, though. It's a whole
Yeah.
different spectrum.
Right,
that you're
because it's
taking
just
the
lights
testing
in the sky, right? Yeah.
from.
right, and it's you see left and right, and you see up and down. You don't see forwards and backwards.
That's true. It's a weird kind of, I don't know, oxymoron, I guess.
It,
It's
You
the
it's
same
based on the
problem with
preconceived
science.
ideas.
It's the same problem with all the other fucking science of space. What we see in
Yes.
reality and what we're seeing on right in front of us, they fucking take and throw it out, and then they say, okay, well, let's
Yep.
go with this. This is reality, something that's just imagined, because we have no proof of any of
Right.
it. You do have proof of Ring Around
Yep.
the Rosie. You do have proof of what you can physically touch and see and walk to and go around the object. We can see this. This is reality.
Right, but all they did is they looked at the pattern of the lights in the sky, and then they're like, hey, you know what we could make it, look like they're all rotating around one another. Where in reality, like if you traced a line and just followed a single star, it just has a pattern. And it follows that pattern every year.
For thousands of years, too.
And
that's,
one
that's
star-
what proves it's not
One,
space.
yeah. And one star does not affect the other. It's just a specific pattern that it always follows, period.
Yeah, I guess it's a weird thing I was saying. It's something Mark Sargent said
Wanna
one
know.
time where,
Well, it's a subconscious anomaly that,
Yeah.
we can't unlearn everything, although we would love to. We would love to start over and say, okay, everything I said is BS, so let me forget everything they've ever told me, but it's very difficult to
Right.
do.
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
I'd love to hear from a Aztec pharaoh, you know what I mean? Like, or one of the pharaohs of Egypt and what
Why?
they knew.
Why?
You
They're
know?
gonna,
They
they're
had
gonna
their
say,
Because they built
preconceived
pyramids
ideas.
about it.
they're gonna say the same thing as you. They can only say what they perceive with their fucking eyeballs, what you can perceive, what I can perceive, what we can perceive. We're a big ass group of
Right.
people. We all perceive something. If we agree on that, then I mean,
And the pharaohs believed that the stars up there were their ancestors because they were deities themselves. The pharaohs considered themselves deities, so I don't think they're a reliable source.
Yeah, so does Trump.
Exactly.
And every, so, you might as well ask Trump to say.
I'd like to know if the little bitty dot of Mars that we see far away, the red little dot, and we name it Mars, is the same as the big ass red ball that comes around. Like, are they actually the same fucking thing? Is that Mars?
Well, that's also why I like cosmic egg theory, because the planets are kind of explained in a different way in cosmic egg theory with multiple domes and multiple whether
multiple
they're
layers,
electromagnetic. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, the reason that he came up with the cosmic egg is because he still is believing in orbits. Even
if it's a physical light, though, it could still just be an unphysical light. Still in that theory, I mean, just because the 3D model looks.
But I'm saying he's attributing the other lights as other suns and other moons in their other orbits. So the only thing we actually see orbiting is the sun and the moon. The stars, the stars go on their courses, but you don't actually see them orbiting. Like, oh my gosh! Like, actually, as far as that's concerned, we don't see the sun and moon orbiting either. We just see it going around.
Right. We can't say whether the sun is.
We can see east to west, and that's it.
Right. Well, I mean, have you seen those weird videos of the planes shooting through the sun?
Yes, and they leave streaks behind them.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird stuff, man.
Yeah, that I can't really give credibility to. It's hard to say, but it's a pretty sweet video anyway.
Well, I mean, I was talking to Paul on the plane last night, and he asked me if I saw a video by Flat Earth Dude where these balloons go in front of the moon, and I told Paul I thought that was a joke, and he says no, Flat Earth Dude really recorded that, where the balloons are actually like floating across the moon.
On
and
Kenny's
he says,
channel?
Flat Earth Dude.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
Sataloons.
Sataloons, right?
Yeah, he said that the Flat Earther got a video of a satellite, and it was the balloons crossing in front of it, and I thought it was a joke because I thought it was like the house from Up, with the balloons and the, but supposedly he actually recorded that, and I'm not gonna discredit it because, I've talked to Flat Earth Dude, he seems legit, so.
Yeah, he's definitely legit. I can personally attest to that. I do agree there is Sataloons up there because NASA has videos of them launching all these 3,000-pound satellite balloons.
Well, I mean, we got.
You cut out there.
Wow.
Or you just stopped talking. I don't know. Hey, Poncho, how are you?
I'm good.
Hello, Poncho.
Hello, Brian.
Hello, Sean and Snack and Uber.
Why do you have the beautiful Patricia Steer as your picture today?
It's a new picture she's got. And
it's pretty.
High definition one.
It looks like a globe.
You can see the plastic mask on her face and stuff. If you got to zoom in on it.
No, she's
Don't talk about the woman Poncho loves.
Hey, she's looking younger than ever. Shut the fuck up.
You're a fucking dodo.
No, because you were talking about satellite, I was quite interested. I've been researching this today, and apparently what's called low Earth orbit is between 100 miles and 250 miles.
Right.
And they have to travel at least 17,000 miles an hour, which includes the International Space Station. I know you don't believe it now, but let's look at it further. If you research it, and you can Google it, they say the further up they go, the slower they have to travel.
That doesn't make any sense.
So when you
go
get
the other way around.
Whoa. The higher up they go, the slower they have to travel?
Yeah, the slower they have to travel to maintain orbit. But if you look at
that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. But if you look at the geostationary satellite, one that's always in the same position, which has to be 235,000 miles above the Earth, which is similar to the Moon, it doesn't change position. But the Moon obviously does change position, doesn't it? And that's my big question. Obviously, the further up they go, they must go faster because they're further out on the spinning ball.
That's the only thing to me that does not make sense.
How do you slow down in space anyway?
Well, that's another point, yeah. And how do they keep the speed up and what propellant they're using? It's all bollocks.
I guess
But if you read what NASA says, they say that the further out the orbit is, the slower they have to travel to maintain orbit.
And that would mean longer distance, not shorter distance, so they would have to go faster.
They would have to go faster, technically.
Yeah. Geocentric satelloons only work on a flat Earth. You wouldn't. How would you have a locked satellite with a heliocentric? How would it stay locked ever? I mean, what's keeping it locked?
Well, they have it all falling at the right speed, right? Because that's what they say orbits is. It's just falling.
No, when I read the info from NASA about the further out they are, the slower they have to travel, I thought that makes no sense at all.
Right.
Logically.
Yeah, like a merry-go-round, that you're slower in the middle than you are on the outside.
Exactly. So when I read that, I thought there's something wrong here, but we don't see it. We're not programmed to see it. But I saw it, and I thought that doesn't make any sense. So I then looked at geostationary orbit of satellites, and they have to be above 235,000 miles to be geostationary, like the moon. So it's always facing us, but the moon moves in the sky.
Next,
so
they're going to say
that's bollocks. Sorry. Yeah, carry on. I just found it really weird.
No, that's
weird. And next they're going to say the moon's made of cheese, and because it came from NASA, we're going to believe it.
Yeah, if you look at the International Space Station and you look at the what's that thing called? The thing that they went up in to replace it all the time. Oh, the shuttle. The shuttle. It goes 180 miles an hour faster than the International Space Station. So if it's like 1,000 miles away, when it gets into the right orbit, it's going to take weeks to catch up with it. It's just so ridiculous. Anyway,
my favorite is my favorite is the hole in the ISS. I love that. That's the new story.
Now hold on. The Earth is moving so slow. it's going so slow. It's like so slow that it's going the speed of light, but it's going so slow. Okay.
It's going half the speed of an hour hand on the clock.
Going so slow while going the speed of light through the universe.
It's not moving at all in our model.
But that's on the little clock face. But based on the reality of the size of it, it is going 1,040, which is fine.
What's not moving at all, Dave?
So there should be some noise. There should be some noise created by it. There should be sonic booms going on.
Noise? What about the speed of sound?
Exactly. What's that, 607 miles an hour?
So when I yell, I can be like, hello, and you should hear it about 1,000 miles away. Hey, hello. Like, what the fuck is that? You shouldn't even
be able to talk against the spin, right?
No,
talking against the spin would not work.
Right, it would carry.
Yeah, you can't.
West of me, you can hear me talking.
Sound
I'll
wouldn't
just
work.
shout out, you can hear me in America.
Well, no, sound wouldn't work at all because there'd be a constant hum of the speed.
Right.
You know, it'd be
because you're constantly breaking the sound barrier.
Right.
There's so much bollocks in there.
all the earth, all the mountains and valleys would be.
If you were going faster than the speed of sound, you couldn't even hear your own voice coming out of your mouth. Because as soon as you opened your mouth, it would be in front or behind you by 1,000 miles per hour.
The microphone would have to be behind your head.
It's insane. The whole thing's insane.
Bunch of bollocks. Hey, it was fun having Subgenius and Haunted talk the other night. Or last night. For a bit.
I've only come off for a bit because it's quite late.
Hey. I just gave this little man some headphones, and he see me with my pair on.
Hi, little person.
Say hey.
The Earth is flat, little person.
Space is fake. Is Patsy on the air?
He's listening.
I prompt my daughter every day. I'm like, do we live on a spinning ball? And she's like, no, that's silly.
Silly.
Every day I ask her at least once.
The kids are what's going to change the world. I mean, they're all waking up to it.
Oh,
well,
he's
it's going to be
easier.
It's going to be easier for my children than some's because, you know, my children are home educated, so.
Yeah. That's fun.
Well, I guess there's a lot of debate happening in schools, public schools. There's a lot of debate happening as we speak.
Yeah, but if they go with reality, then the school system will fall apart anyways. Because they'd have to throw out. Yeah, absolutely. Every school book would have to be tossed.
Schools are a modern thing too. Public schools are a very modern thing. It used to be families who would teach the kids, and they do the farming and all that.
Yep.
We need to get back to that.
Yep, absolutely. My father worked on a farm, and he said that he was well educated because he made it to the 5th grade.
That's all you need.
Reading, writing, and arithmetic. That's it. And a lot of world experience.
How old is that little baby? He sounds cute.
He's 2.
Oh,
He just shook his head no. He's funny. I gave him a pair of headphones, right? So he doesn't try to grab mine. They're a pair of broke headphones, but they, you know. So I gave them to him. He goes in there and shows them to everybody. Comes in. Then he walks in and takes mine and puts them on, and then goes and grabs the other ones and brings them into me and goes, "Hey, look." So he tries to give me the other pair and take mine. He's trying to do the switcheroo.
Oh yeah,
imitation is the highest form of flattery.
Oh, Dave, hi.
Right.
Are you on? I see him on the end. Dave,
Welcome, Brian.
Welcome, Demo. Your moon. Can you see it now?
Is that real time? Or are you zooming in right now? Zoom in, Dave. I want to see the ripple. I want to see the moon wave.
Your moon crescent, your crescent moon, which is almost a new moon, should be on the bottom. Is that a telescope? It's upside down.
Wait, who are you looking at?
Look at Sky.
Hi, Dave.
Oh, on Dave Highs?
I saw the moon yesterday morning, but I forgot to look for it this morning. But it was getting so small. It's getting small. I have to look for it at sunrise.
That's up the wrong way. Unless that's taken in the daytime.
This picture is from. I can give you the exact date. The 2nd of September.
Oh, this isn't live at all.
4 days ago.
Yeah. And what was the question about it? I was taking that in the morning. It's a morning shot, 9:30 a.m.
When the sun's
setting,
with the ripple? It should be up the other way.
But it was going away. It was in the west. See, the sun's on the east there. I got it pointed at the sun now.
Yeah, I don't know because I'm not familiar with that area.
Well, it's east, you know.
Okay.
Then the moon was going away in the west. Basically, I mean, I don't have the exact degrees for you right now, but it's pretty simple east-west thing. And so the moon tends to be that side up when it's in the west. See, the ears are pointing down. You can't see the ears, but they're always pointing down when it's in the west.
In the east, when it's setting, is it up the other way?
Yes, when it's rising in the east, the ears are pointed up. So the flat part would be on the top.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be at night though for this particular moon.
Yeah, after sunset.
Was that a leaf? Is that a leaf reflection on the water just there?
Is what?
Was that a leaf reflection you just had on the water? It looked like each little point glowed. It was pretty neat.
It's that's not real water. It's an effect, right? from VLC, the movie player.
So that's in the morning, Dave. The picture now you're showing is in the morning.
Yep, 9:45.
Okay. And do you have an afternoon, early evening shot, like 6 o'clock?
No, because you wouldn't see it at 6 o'clock. This particular moon was only visible in the morning or at night. Early.
There is a ripple. You can see the ripple. Just pay attention.
It's gone by noon. This moon.
But it's on camera now. Look.
Yeah, it's on both sides.
Hey, Gathica,
You can see like a little.
I'm dropping for Gathica because we're out of room, so I'll make room. Gathica, join in.
I'll make room for somebody too. Shit, don't matter. But yeah, you can see it. When you look, you can see like a little blink, a slight blink effect.
On the sides, it looks like, yeah, it has a shadow making it look like a ripple.
Right,
I
but
can
if
turn
you,
that off.
No, I'm saying like if you just keep looking at it, it'll God damn it, you can see the ripple thing. The thing. It's I think it's the camera doing that.
So to defend the lunar wave, I mean, I don't believe in the electronic simulation theory, but you know, when they see the wave, he also pans the camera, and the wave doesn't move with the camera when he pans it. So that kind of proves that wave may possibly be actually there and not by the camera.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just looking at it again. And
is there a wave in the sun?
Yeah.
It's probably just a camera effect.
Is there a wave in anything else? Like any
other? There's a wave in the sun, but you can't see it.
What about Mars when it's close?
Yeah, there's a wave in everything, but you can't see it.
But if you're looking through a like a medium of a phone or a camera or something, like